I call the shots, I never call it quits. Trust my intuition, bet it's right and bitch, it often is. Seen too many others come and go, they had the wrong intent. Do it out of love and never for it, then I watch it get bigger than expected. No second guess it, I let it set in. It's God's plan, we out here only accepting blessings. I'm stuck with it, this mindset is terminal. In and out different terminals, leveling up is personal. And I already made it, y'all can miss me. It's hard to believe I made something from nothing. No hindsight discussions, I've been writing, I love it.
Welcome to the 3 Gig Sports Podcast, where we are never wrong, just sometimes misinformed. This is Danny G sitting alongside our guy, Bo Shart and Jimmer tonight.
Yeah.
Rio is coaching some fine young folks at the state wrestling tournament this weekend.
Yep.
So shout out Rio. Good luck. We hope everything's going
Best
good.
of luck, bro.
Go get them.
That's right, baby. Tonight, we've got some fun. We've got, I'm going to go ahead and call Colleen's questions.
There you go.
As opposed to
There
Rio's
you go.
randoms. We've got an interesting twist on It Makes Sense If You Don't Think About It from our guy Bo Shart over here. And a lot of crazy shit going on in the world today. Before I kick it to you, though, Jimmer, I want to ask you this. So tonight, I'm going to steal your thunder on one thing. We've got James Harden, right?
Yeah.
Coming back tonight.
Yeah.
I think I saw his they're looking at 21.5 points. You going over or under on what he scores tonight?
What was it, 21 and a half?
Yeah, I think that's what I saw.
Over.
So
I think-
what are you thinking, 30?
I'm going to say 25.
Okay. Yep.
I'm not saying way over, but I think he's going to, hey, this is what I got, and this is what this is what I was doing to the Nets. I was laying down to get this trade done, and evidently him and Embiid are just bonding. Did you see that?
Yeah.
I seen a couple posts, in the lab, and Embiid's already came out and said he's nothing like what media puts him off to be and anything like that. So what do you think? You think over or under? 21.5, Bo Shart.
I think at least 30.
Ooh, all right.
Ooh.
I like it.
All right, you're just swinging it out
Statement game, baby.
I think,
Do you
coming to a new team, I think he might be a little bit nervous, but maybe not. But
Hey, let's have you swing him out there even more. Do you see a trip dub in this first game?
Ooh, good question.
Do you see quite a triple dub with a 30-pointer?
maybe close.
Maybe close, hanging around that LeBron average.
Yep.
I have something interesting for you, which I keep forgetting to tell you, right?
All right.
So LeBron legendarily has averaged over 25. I think it's 27, but we'll say over 25, 7 and 7. I think it's 27.
It's 27.
It's 27, 7 and 7.
Yep.
Did you know he has never in one single game hit 27, 7 and 7?
No, that's funny as shit, though. Really?
Yeah.
No.
He might have finally hit it this year, but up until because I remember reading the article, I want to say about a little over a month ago.
Yeah.
His career average is 27, 7 and 7. He has never had a game 27, 7 and 7.
That's so weird. Right?
I thought that was weird as
Yeah.
shit. Not once. You know how many games this man's played?
A lot.
Damn. You're becoming a LeBron James fan, aren't you, Bo Shart?
I'm getting there slowly.
Slowly. I've been trying to press on this guy since he started over at Zimpro with us, and no longer there, luckily for you. But he's in a much happier place. In fact, they even hooked him up with a raise here recently, too. So
Hell yeah.
benefit him that way. But, 20. I've been trying to push LeBron on him, and he's like, because you're a Jordan guy, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Jordan guy, and so am I. So
if it's between those two, there's no wrong answer as far as I'm concerned.
and neither,
All right?
and me and you are on the same page with that.
Yeah.
And we always have been. I think we get irritated because everyone gets offended by having the conversation. I'm like,
Yeah.
obviously he's in the conversation for a reason. You know, you don't just walk off the street straight out of high school in your very first year and have the conversation. No, this is years of doing this, right?
Right.
So, but let's make it clear, the dude that got me into basketball, the love of basketball, was Michael Jeffrey Jordan.
Absolutely.
So.
Yep.
Every time you watched him, it was like a highlight back then.
It was, and he gave you
gave
you everything he had.
Yeah.
I remember I didn't go. Believe it or not, I didn't go to my grandparents' house very often, for to where they watch me for hours on end or anything like that. But a very few times I would, and my grandmother would throw some movies on or something like that. But whether it was Disney or something like that. But the older I got, probably like right around that young teenage or just before that, it was an evening I went over there to hang out. And she's like, oh, what do you want to watch? I think she was making dinner or something. And I still remember it to this day because I was also a borderline Orlando Magic fan because that was the Shaq time and all that, you know.
Yep. Penny Hardaway.
Penny Hardaway. And they were playing each other on a big time regular season game, you know, Magic Bulls. I'm like, that right there. I remember just watching because Jordan was when I was growing up, I didn't get to watch very much of that. My dad wasn't a sports fan. And we didn't watch sports in the house when I was a young kid. So everything I've accrued or my passion for sports came not because of that man or what was present.
Yeah.
But I watched that every time he was on. Didn't matter. You want to watch Michael Jordan perform at the end of the day.
100%.
I can't fully say that about LeBron, especially now.
Yeah.
Now I can't say that.
Yep.
At one point when he was at the Cavaliers and the Heat, when he was in hatred mode, yes. And when he did the redemption tour back to Cavaliers.
Absolutely.
That second year with the Cavs started diminishing. He didn't play much defense then, and he definitely don't play defense now. So that's the difference, you know.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I agree, man. Go ahead. What do we got going on out there today, brother?
So first off, it is a crazy ass world right now. Prayers up to anybody overseas. I think we have a couple of listeners from around that area.
Yeah.
Ukraine, Russia. Prayers up to Ukraine going through everything that they're going through. I know my company that I work for, we have business. We have employees that work over there, salesmen, stuff like that. We have an office over there, and hopefully they're staying safe. I think you were saying the same thing.
Yeah. I think he's in sales, is what it is. Him and his family were close to around there, Ukraine, where it was going on.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess they kind of moved out and got to a safe place. So hopefully that's going okay for them over there.
Yeah.
And anybody else can stay safe. So
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's a scary time right now. I couldn't
Very.
imagine.
I couldn't either. Like
Yeah.
if it was up in your yard like that, and just insane. But crazy world.
They are. Well, since we're touching on that,
Yep.
I got a couple things for you.
Oh, okay. We're
So-
doing it right now.
Yeah, we might as well.
Okay.
Let's do it. Let's start it off with a positive note on this, right? The Ukrainians don't give a fuck. First of all, they're basically they gave guns to anybody that could hold a gun, essentially, right? Which is awesome. You want that. Sucks because nobody could have guns before.
Yeah.
So that everybody listening, that's exactly why, right?
That is exactly why. If you want to, like, I don't own any, but I'm telling you that's exactly why you don't give up your right to bear arms.
Yep.
The couple psychos here and there that end up happening, it's unfortunate. That sucks. I get it. And it does. It's usually a horrific thing that happens. But for those one or few that happens throughout a year or throughout time is not the reason why you give up arms. And that's the reason why.
Absolutely.
Among other things, but like a government trying to tirade and try to take over shit like that. But there's a reason why you don't give up that right.
Yeah. The big part of it is tyranny. Like, that's the worst possible outcome, and that's what it's looking like in Ukraine, right?
Yep.
Vladimir Klitschko, right?
Yes.
He's the mayor of the capital city there, Kiev, right? And so him and his brother are going to town. They're fucking ready to rock, and they're going to defend their country.
If you don't know, so we're going to continue on with it.
Go ahead.
If you don't know, let's give you a little backstory of those two guys. Vitaly Klitschko is a former heavyweight champion and is also in the Hall of Fame of boxing. He plans to take up arms, like Danny so eloquently put it. And his brother, who Klitschko is 50 years old, somewhere in that ballpark.
Yeah.
He became mayor in 2014, as well as the head of the Kiev City State Administration. His brother took up arms, or put himself enlisted in the reserve army about a month ago, and that's where I was just laying that up. His brother is also a Hall of Famer heavyweight champion boxer too. So the love of their country brought these men into we will defend it no matter what, no matter who we are.
Yeah, exactly. And it
So.
says a lot. It definitely does. They're putting everything out there.
Speaking of LeBron, do you think if we were going through that, LeBron would step up to enlist himself to defend his country?
No, so this is why we don't make our opinions about professional athletes based on their personality or what they believe in outside of sports.
Nope.
That's why. There's a lot of athletes that I just flat out wouldn't want to be friends with, wouldn't want to associate with, right? But they're amazing athletes.
Mm-hmm.
I assume you feel the same way about this, but I try to separate that versus what they are as an athlete when I think of the greatest and, things like that. So,
Yep. I do.
yeah. But I guess the cool thing that I liked about this story I heard today was I think it was Russian fighter pilots were coming in, and they were like, hey, if you guys drop your arms peacefully, we'll go ahead and let you live type of a deal. And it was, I think it was a warship that they were coming at for Ukraine. And the Ukraine guy said, hey, Russia, go fuck yourself. And then they're no longer here. But that's an amazing way to go out. I love to hear shit like that.
So do I. If you guys remember, like maybe I'm a sucker for it, right? Obviously dramatized and all that shit, but like for instance, the movie Pearl Harbor, when it's getting bombed. If you don't know, it's what Ben Affleck and Josh Hartnett star in that. And when they're getting bombed in the movie, those two guys are like on one of the other islands, or they're on the far side or something like that, but they see everything going on. And I think it was Ben Affleck who plays one hell of a fighter pilot. And I think he's in a vehicle, and one of his famous lines, and it gives me chills just thinking about it, like me saying it right now. He's like, basically in so many words, he's like, get me to a fucking plane right now. And it isn't running the other way. It's running towards it to try to prevent what is happening, right? And shit like that always gives me a chill. I'm not even close to kidding. I have a chill going down my neck just even saying that line.
There's one fighter pilot in Ukraine they're calling him the Ghost right now because he's taken down six fighter jets of Russia's, but nobody knows who it is.
Don't matter.
It's fucking awesome.
He's a badass.
Yeah.
There'll be a movie.
Keep him.
There'll be a movie. You know, I'm all about that. Like, I'm not sitting there trying to promote war or anything like that. This is a messed up situation. I don't like how we I think we dip into too much as an American society outside of the United States anyway, when we have so much inside to work on. But when you're talking about something like this, where you try to prevent a possible World War III, because this is the start of something. This isn't the one where you step in between two countries that are feuding over something, whatever. This isn't, this is something that can have a massive trickle down or overflow effect, right?
Yeah.
It could get bad.
It could get really bad. And the way we are trying to help, or not help, but try to prevent it, Danny, you pay way more attention to the every other day news, the world news. I distance myself from it because it's depressing and it pisses me off, quite frankly. But Danny was enlightening me on some of the stuff, and it's just like, that's your stand. That's what you're gonna do. That's what we're going to do. Okay, gotcha. I'm not saying you need to send our troops, because I have family members in there. I have my little sis, and who just enlisted not that long ago, and plenty of family members and friends and stuff like that. And that isn't what I'm looking for. What I'm saying is your stance is not the way you make your stand, I guess.
Yeah. I guess like we've lived through a few different big events, right? Especially thinking about 9/11. Ended up going into Iraq, Afghanistan, all that, to now. This feels different.
It does.
So that's what my big. I hope I'm wrong. I 100% hope I'm wrong.
Yeah.
But this just feels different.
I hope we're misinformed on this one.
Yeah, absolutely. So definitely prayers up to everybody there, especially as a civilian. Like, this isn't. You didn't fucking ask for this.
No, in no way, shape, or form. So there's been videos coming, also other videos, which I wish there wasn't, but there's other videos coming across where they're shooting inside vehicles of people driving, and all you see is blood pouring out the side of the vehicle.
Why? You know,
Yeah. Why can't people just live harmoniously? I don't get that. Like you can say or believe whatever you want, like when it comes to your political affiliation, all that bullshit. Thank you, sir. That's my son. Appreciate you. Starting center, Gunnar Hayfield, Ventura.
Shout out Dom.
Varsity. Love you, bro. But that being said, at the end of the day, like there's a reason why I don't care what anyone does. As in, I don't care what your sexual affiliation is. Doesn't mean I need to party with you, or doesn't even. But you do your thing, and I'm talking about anything in general. But do what makes you happy, and that's like everybody in the world. Like, what do you have a problem with doing? You know what? Let's do some business. Let's farm some shit. Whatever it needs to do for natural resources. Let's make the world go around and everyone live fucking their best life that they feel is their best life, right? First off, stop getting offended. Stop doing this, that, and the other, and stop trying to overseek power. You know, like this isn't the ancient age where Alexander the Great is still trying to trek through land and take over, and like everything's been foreseen, brother. Unless you're gonna go ahead and take over the deep oceans or some shit. Because it doesn't fly that way. Nobody's a winner at the end of the day.
100%. This is where I think this is probably like my favorite quote of all time. But the hard times make hard men make easy times make soft men make hard times. Right? This is especially in the United States, right?
Yes.
This is what I think of, and I again, I hope I'm wrong, but that's what I feel like. That's where I feel like
I think that's where we're at too. Like we went so soft in society too, right?
Yep.
That's what it feels like. And this is kind of that thing where maybe, unfortunately, that's where we're at. I don't know how else to put that. It's like exactly what you're saying, just based off the quote alone. It's like that's where we're at. It's gonna toughen some skins, unfortunately, and this isn't the way you want it. You know, wish it was just everybody do their thing, live their life, and I mean, let's keep it real. Maybe I'd be pissed if I was in Russia. It's a shithole. It's frozen. Who wants it? Like, I want to get out of Iowa, brother. I want to move this podcast down to like Texas or some shit, bro.
Where it's warm.
Yeah. Like, but you don't have to be angry about it. I mean, I understand you guys have like a bunch of vodka and shit up there, and you're like fueled up anger. And
do you think their vodka is just different?
I think it is.
I don't
think it's Americanized vodka.
It's got to be.
Right?
It's definitely powerful.
Right. It's got to be.
Fucking straight up ethanol.
Yeah. And it's the same stuff we Americanized, you know, and like watered it down and shit. So I can still drink it, though. I promise you that. So
we will do it. If you want to send some our way, let us know.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I will show you.
Yeah.
What we have in your vodka is called moonshine in the United States. And my father-in-law can attest to this. He had a bunch of dudes either bail out, big old family and friend get together at his house. They all bailed out. Half of them. The other half that did were drunk off the one shot. You know who was it? I was finishing the other dude's shots. Like, what else you got, son? Like, come on.
Bring it.
What were you doing?
Come on. What?
What were you finishing? Say that again.
Moonshine.
You were finishing.
What else you got?
The other dude's shots.
I didn't say money shots. I did not say money shots, motherfucker.
Not on this night. Not on this night.
Whoa. You know, if you're drunk.
Things happen, right?
What is that? What's that called? In the heat of the moment?
Yeah, I mean, whatever.
One of my favorite movies, which would not pass nowadays. Clerks 2. You know, in the heat of the moment, it's acceptable to go ass to mouth.
Absolutely. Clerks, Tropic Thunder is my favorite movie of all time.
I know it's yours, but
that
mine
shit
is Clerks 2.
Wouldn't pass today either. No, I'm just saying, like, these movies, not at all, man.
No, we were talking about that the other day at work, too. Like, shit that just would not pass today, right?
Yep.
Obviously, we know The Office, except for you don't.
I've
you
seen
need
enough
to get around.
now.
You started getting around.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're starting to get around. But there's so many things, and this is part about the weak men and stuff like that you were just referring to. Because everyone's so goddamn sensitive to everything. Like, you can't take a joke. You can't make fun of yourself. You know, whatever your personality is, whatever you are. I'm a fucking fat guy. You can make fat jokes all day. What, am I supposed to go out there and cry about it? No. chuckle at it, laugh at it. If you don't like being fat, go fucking do something about it. If you want to, I know you can't change like your background or anything like that, but it doesn't mean you still can't laugh at the stereotypes.
100%.
You know what the funny part of stereotypes are? They're mainly true. That's what makes it funny.
Right.
You have plenty of people that laugh at the stereotypes, no matter what your ethnicity is. They still laugh at the. That's what you should do. Laugh it off. Who gives a shit? They're not saying it. I don't know. Let's not go down that olive branch. We'll get to some.
I love the transition. What's going on out there, brother?
We are going to kick it to, obviously, we've been talking about the Aaron Rodgers saga.
Yes, sir.
And drama.
Boy.
Green Bay Packers GM Brian Gutekunst says he never promised to trade Aaron Rodgers last summer at the conclusion of the 21 season. So if you remember, gentlemen, you remember he was kind of like sitting out for like the training camp and all that stuff, like the OTAs, I think even the training camp. And then they came to an agreement. Well, last year, if you remember, it said that the agreement it wasn't technically a restructured contract. It was, we agree to trade you to where you want to at the end of the season if you don't want to be here.
Yep.
The GM said he never promised that.
So, first of all, you're lying. Second of all, you're a fucking idiot. He's not going to play. You're not going to get anything out of him. If you're going to do that, you at least trade him and get some value, right, Beauchart?
Yes, absolutely.
By the way, Sir Winston Peach.
Terrible.
Appreciate you. Damn good stuff. Courtesy of our
Agreed.
guy. And S&B Farms. Get you some, I'm telling you. And I'm not even getting paid to say that. I'm not getting paid to say that. That is damn good shit. Is it not?
It is really good. Even the apple is good.
It is better.
Everything.
It is better than Crown Peach. And you know I'm a diehard Crown Peach
Yes,
guy.
I do.
And this is better than that. I promise you. But go ahead.
Yeah. So my point was, you can't. First of all, you lied. So now Rodgers is automatically not going to play. Here we go.
Curry.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, there's the cord. That's horse shit.
First of all, you almost broke the glass.
I did almost break the glass,
Jesus.
but the cord was in the way. Give me
was
that.
terrible.
Give me the cord.
I didn't see the cord move.
Shut
there was
up.
a foul in there somewhere.
Oh,
See,
listen,
my
he's
guy.
helping you out.
I
He's helping you
appreciate
out.
that. Appreciate you.
But they just
Three free throws there.
all around, it's just not a smart thing.
No.
So,
No.
A, you're going to piss Rodgers off. Let's say he stays. Hold on. You told me we had this agreement, and now you're going to say no. B, you trade him either way because he doesn't want to be there. Get something out of him for a year, whatever. Just terrible all around. They're going to try to keep him, but they can't force him. He won't do it.
Let me give you something. And the only thing that crossed my mind in this, that could be positive towards the GM. I agree with you. Everything you said. The only thing what I should say is the only mindset I could put myself in the GM spot to think that, what is he doing? Maybe he's trying to retract so that people aren't lowballing him in an offer. That's the only thing I can think of. Hey, no, you already made an agreement that you would trade, and he doesn't want to be there, and we're only going to offer you a 6th-round pick. I'm saying that there's maybe, and I could be 100% wrong, but I'm just trying to think of the mindset that you gain from this. The only thing you can gain is saying, we're trying to get a 1st-round pick or a 2nd-round pick, or multiples or something like that. If you say that you were willing to trade him during the offseason, does that give you a little bit of hey, I'm not going to give you exactly what you're asking for. He doesn't want to be there. You already agreed to trade him. I'm not going to give you a 2nd-round pick. I'm not going to give you a 1st-round pick. I'm going to give you this one player and a 5th-round pick. That's the only thing I'd think of.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I agree with that.
Yeah.
What I'm saying, though, is maybe that's what his thought process is.
We'll have to see what Aaron says.
Yeah.
He'll
at the end of the day,
He'll say
that's where it
something.
goes, right?
Yeah.
Yep. And I think, bring him back. If he doesn't win a Super Bowl, if they don't win a Super Bowl, then maybe, they got the team, they got the defense, they got everything right there. Why take a chance and ruin that?
Oh, fuck.
You know, it's a thing.
See,
Aaron Rodgers. I'm not an Aaron Rodgers fan, but he's good.
He's a Cowboys fan.
I am a Cowboys
Oh,
He's a Cowboys
okay,
fan.
good.
He's
I
not a
feel better.
Packers fan.
But
He's a Cowboys.
I
Yeah.
feel better. He's not going to play for them, though, Beauchart.
Yeah.
He's
You're
not
not going
going
to get
to
rid
at
of
all.
Dak for that. So calm down.
Yeah.
it is what it is.
But no, I agree with you.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, and my whole family at home's Packers fans, so I can't say anything bad.
Yes, you can.
I know.
Yes, you can.
That's okay. We will. Just slide me in under the table.
Yeah.
So
I'll say
told-
something bad for you.
I told my boy, I'm like, hey, you know, I came home from work. I'm like, hey, you know, Aaron Rodgers is getting traded to the Vikings. He's like, he looked at me, no way. I'm like, yes.
Super Bowl.
Yep. And he was like,
Did you almost get your own kid crying?
I almost got
That's
a tear.
stuff that would make me cry if that was my quarterback in the first place, and then it went to your. Not only did you lose him, but he would go to your division rival. Oh my God! Like I can't imagine the Packers losing Favre. Like they pushed him.
That's what I was going to say.
They pushed him and traded him to the Jets, but then to watch him come back to the Vikings and then almost lead you to a Super Bowl.
Shoulda.
That's crazy.
Ouch.
That's crazy.
Shoulda.
You mean
Fuck the
Bounty
Saints.
Gate?
Fuck the Saints. Yeah.
Yeah, fuck the Saints. I love everything that's happening to them. They're so far bad in salary cap hell. But
Hey,
at the
give
end of
me
the
this.
but hold on, but at the end of the day, they're still Super Bowl champions.
Give me this. Who's lower on your totem pole?
Yep.
You know who I'm going to ask you.
No, I don't.
Philly or the Saints?
It would. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you a very clear cut answer. The very first thing that came to mind. Okay. That's the Saints. And the reason why I say that, so the fans are ridiculous in Philly, right?
We're on the same page. That's exactly. It's not the team, it's the fans.
It's
Yep.
the fans on that one. On the Saints, we had the most legitimate shot of winning a Super Bowl that year. I don't think we had a legitimate shot of winning the Super Bowl the year the Philly happened. I think we had
was
had
magic.
lightning in a bottle, Case Keenum weird stuff. Damn. So the Saints one rubs me really wrong
I'm with you.
because we had a legitimate shot. Brett Favre was our head coach and our star, or at least our offensive coordinator, and he was balling out.
Every time he knew where he was going to throw the ball before he snapped the ball.
Yep.
He'd adjust and say, "Yep, that's where I'm going." Like every single time.
With
So,
the legendary Adrian Peterson, the defense was
Absolutely.
pretty damn good. It wasn't our best defense of all time, but it was a damn good defense.
it was.
We got robbed. That was the one year that maybe we would have lost to Peyton. I don't know, but Peyton Manning, that is. But that being said, that should have been our shot in our lifetime because we didn't
Yeah.
see the earlier ones, our 4 Super Bowl losses. That was our shot, and we got robbed of it for Bounty Gate. So that one pisses me off. Other than the other one, the fan to fan, trust me, and I'm not talking about your buddy because he seems like a damn good guy.
Yeah,
Eric
Eric's a good guy.
Siegfried.
Yep.
I'm talking about true Philly fans. I promise you, not all Minnesota Viking fans are Minnesota nice. You come at me with the shit that you acted, I promise you, I will go viral in a video if you act like that. I promise you that. That wouldn't have flown the way it flew that night.
No.
That was
No,
bad.
it will go the
That
other
was
way,
bad.
and I would swear to God. Because obviously I'd already be pissed off that they got dumped that.
Good,
Bad image.
Nope.
100%.
So, Eric Bieniemy is returning as a Chiefs offensive coordinator for 2022 on a 1-year deal. I'm going to combo this up with the other news. The Chiefs bring back former Chicago Bears head coach Matt Nagy as their senior assistant and quarterback coach.
So do you think they brought Nagy in because they think Bieniemy is going to be gone next year?
Go ahead, Bushart. What are you thinking?
Uh,
He was their
that's-
assistant before. I don't know if you know that, but he was.
Yeah.
That's kind of tough. I mean, you bring someone back, maybe they see something that out of him that other people didn't, something different, maybe he can help bring them higher up,
Maybe. Nagy should have gone to college or something, dude. He's so bad. I'm glad he went to Kansas City, though. I
So-
think that'll bring him down.
So I think he's so
like
bad
that.
as a head coach. You brought it right there. It was an interesting thing, though. And Would Matt Nagy have been as bad if he went to college, though? Seriously?
No,
as a
no,
college
I
head
don't
coach,
think so.
do
I
you
think
think he
that
would have
helped.
been? Do you think he
Yeah.
would have been actually? I think he would have been decent. And we've been hating on Nagy for so long, right?
Yeah.
And we love it because it was the Bears
Yep.
in our Viking division.
And he
But
was
realistically, if we're keeping it real right now, I actually believe that Matt Nagy should have looked into college.
Yeah, I think that we don't talk about this enough, but I think for a lot of people that want to be coaches, if they would take a step back from their coordinator position and go to college,
Yes.
before they come up, it would
To
help
take
them
a
so
step
much.
forward.
Yeah,
Take a step back to take a step forward.
yeah,
Absolutely.
I truly do believe that. And in his case, especially, you could redeem yourself and show that, hey, the Bears thing was a bad deal. I didn't handle some stuff or whatever happened, but show that you can build a program and build it around it and it's your thing and show that you can do that. But to build onto your question, I don't think this bodes well for Eric Bieniemy if Eric Bieniemy doesn't get a head coaching gig next year. This is Matt Nagy waiting in the looms to take it over from him because this was, I don't know if we ever put this on air, but Eric Bieniemy and Patrick Mahomes were having issues. Evidently all the way back to the Super Bowl that they won. And then into the AFC Championship game, like they're play calling because he calls a play, and then Patrick Mahomes either ad-libs or change the play. And it hasn't boded well in those. And some of the ones that we're talking about, especially the AFC Championship game.
So I'm not necessarily a huge Bieniemy fan,
Right.
right? And we know
I'm
why,
not sold, yeah.
right? But to be fair, when Patrick actually has to follow the play, he does not do great.
No.
He's proven that.
Yep.
When he has these kind of Pro Bowl plays, things like that, it's usually some kind of crazy ass, I'm about to get sacked, spin around,
And when
chuck
they-
it up to Tyreek, and we're good.
And
right?
when they don't work, they falter. The team falters.
Right.
So
We saw
instead
that
of following
middle of the
script-
year this
yep,
year. Yeah.
Yep. So that being said, I don't think it works well for Bieniemy. It won't be. Maybe Bieniemy is also like, hey, I don't want this for more than 1 year. I think I'm a head coach worthy. But this comes back to whether you get a head coaching gig in the NFL or not. Bieniemy, if you don't get it next year, go to college and be a head coach.
Or at least go to a different team. You mentioned this a couple weeks ago.
Yes.
And be a coordinator at a different team.
where you're
So you
calling
can
the
show it.
plays.
Yeah.
Yeah, where
Yep.
you are clearly calling the plays.
Yeah. So when you
Put
said that,
yourself out there.
I was thinking, I'm like, next year, I'm like, I don't, Seattle. I'm trying to think of different spots where there probably will be a head coach. Not as many as this year, buddy.
No,
really
not
don't think
unless
so.
not unless there's some true falters.
Yeah, there
You
has
know?
to be big falters. Yeah.
Or some retirements. Maybe Bruce Arians hangs it up after the year. He could go down to Tampa, maybe.
Yeah, but he wouldn't get the Tampa job, so.
No, because it'd be Byron Leftwich.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Which is kudos.
No, props
he,
for sure.
he would more than deserve it.
Yeah.
So
but that's what I'm thinking. I'm
Yeah.
like, God, I don't even know if they don't do great. I don't know what he's gonna do unless he goes to college, like you just mentioned. So,
Cowboys job could be open.
ooh,
Probably very soon.
It could be. Mike McCarthy, I think.
if you're
I think
if
one
you're
more year.
hold on, you would know this since you're a big Cowboys fan. If you're Jerry Jones, are you waiting until Sean can come coach you?
You're working on the buyout.
Wow. God, I don't know what to say to that.
You want some Sean Payton, don't you?
You know you do.
You want some Sean
I-
Payton, don't you?
I actually, it probably wouldn't be a bad thing.
Hell yeah.
You know, 'cause
Mhm.
I think he would kind of set it straight.
Mm-hmm.
You know, get Jerry Jones. Hey, I'm gonna do the coaching. Let me do the coaching.
And the
You
GM kind of too.
You stay the hell up there. And
Yes.
you
You
worry
make
about
millions.
everything else. Let me do the coaching.
Mm-hmm.
If that don't happen, I'm not gonna be a part of it. I can probably see that happening.
Yeah, that Cowboys team has so much talent. They just need to have somebody they respect in that position to develop and actually do what they need to do, right?
Yep.
Because you look at a team like who just won the Super Bowl, right? The Rams. Not every coach could have done that.
Nope.
They
Nope.
respected
Not
him.
with those
They did it.
personalities.
Exactly. And Dallas is pretty similar, right? In
Yeah.
the personality aspect. So
So every coach, I mean that. Not just head coach, every coach has a system. Whether it's a good system or bad system, it doesn't matter. But they have their system, and they want to run that system, correct?
Yep.
You let him run his system. His system is what makes the guys, and they fall into it. If they don't fall into it, we'll just move on from you, and then we'll find guys that believe in my system. And that's what Sean Payton has no problem doing.
Yep.
Mike McCarthy, wishy-washy. Mike McCarthy can't tell a time on a clock. We've seen that many times.
Too conservative.
Yes. You need a little bit. I'm telling you that right now. I'm not that old. You're not extremely old either, Beauchard. You don't want to see your team play conservative all the time, right? This isn't an old man's game. I want you to swing some nuts out. I feel way better, I promise you. I feel way better of you taking your shot on 4th down or whatever the scenario is, go for it on 2, go for 2, whatever. I feel way better after that. Like, I never feel real disappointed about those instances versus punting it away and giving them a shot, and then we lay up on defense and they get in field goal range, or we don't go for 2 when it looks like we should. Maybe break the
Depends.
ice.
There's got to be a balance, though, right?
There does. You
don't
don't need
end
to
up
go
like-
Chargers.
Thank you, sir.
Yep. You don't want to go Chargers. That's for damn sure. But you need to be able to swing it out there. And Mike Zimmer did have some of that. He started swinging like that, and I appreciate that. But
Too little, too late, bro.
too little, too late, and you play an old school brand of football. So.
Yep.
But hey, with all that being said, fuck you guys. I don't want you to get Sean Payton.
No.
Okay? But
That could
if you
be
were smart,
dangerous.
that's what you're waiting for.
Yeah, that could be dangerous.
Because like
in a good way.
even with McCarthy, you're gonna be fine, right? You're
Yeah.
gonna win 9-10 games a year, maybe go further than you expect. But then here in a few years, you get Sean Payton, and
I hear
a different
this
thing, you
every
know?
year. This is the year the Cowboys are going to win it. You know what? I don't.
I'm telling you, it's
I
because
don't
you haven't
get
had the right
too
coach.
worked
That
You've
Well,
had the
go
talent,
ahead,
man.
go ahead. I'll let you finish. Go ahead.
It's the kind of thing where, I don't really watch a whole lot of the games.
At least
but-
you have Super Bowl championships.
Yeah, and that's awesome. But they got to get back on track again.
25 years of
Yeah, I mean, if you're the
Living
team,
on a dream.
if you're the team of the century, you
America's team.
That's the truth.
You gotta get something.
You can't be considered America's team, right? If you go 25 years without even making it to the Super Bowl, right? That's like the Yankees of baseball. I mean, we're getting to the conversation now, right?
Yep.
Where it's like, dude, you guys haven't been in the World Series in a while,
Yep.
and quite a while.
Yeah.
So
Over
that's
10 years, right?
you can't at some point, not with them, the Yankees. They still have a few more leeways. They have the most championships, They have a few more years of leeway before it starts becoming a heavy conversation. But same thing with the Cowboys. Can you consider yourself America's team when you haven't been truly relevant, like a true Super Bowl contender in 25 years? It's like I understand you have a Super Bowl, so that's what we'll hear. Oh, it took you this many years to get to even not even have a Super Bowl. I understand that. I agree with that. It's like the Bears living on the 1985 whim. They won one Super Bowl, but at the end of the day, they have a Super Bowl championship. So,
Yeah.
but
if Rio was here, we'd beat him up a lot more. But we're not going to beat up Beauchard.
Right.
Okay.
But that
Bring
being,
it.
but that being said, I don't think you guys had the right quarterback for it. And you just paid that quarterback a ridiculous amount of money on top of that.
I'm gonna agree with that, 100%.
I just don't think, and we don't have the right quarterback either. We had the right quarterback, but we're paying him too much, so we can't get the other pieces around him to surround him with what he would need to win. Same thing with Dak. All these pieces were coming together, but now you paid that man a ridiculous amount of money. Now you're going to lose those pieces. They're already talking, or I should say, talk shows are. I'm not saying that Cowboys are. Talking about letting go of DeMarcus Lawrence, who's your defensive MVP. When he's on the field, it's a whole different defense, right? Randy Gregory, when he's off his cocaine binges, is pretty damn special. But DeMarcus Lawrence, defensive MVP. They're talking about getting rid of him because of his cap hit. Right?
Stupid.
Yeah,
Well,
so I agree with you, and I don't at the same time because I'm not sold on Dak, but the biggest reason is they have way more pieces than the Vikings,
Yes.
and he was not consistent at all. He didn't do shit with them this year.
Do you think they have way more pieces offensively than us?
Yeah,
You
I
do?
definitely do. So
You do.
running
Okay.
back situation similar, wide
Yep.
receivers
They have okay.
better because they have more.
They have more. Okay.
Right?
Yep.
So
actually, I agree
think
with you.
Overall, overall, I definitely think they do, and he just didn't. Man, at times, right? He showed it
When they were there, though.
Yeah.
He did not play like a Thomas J. Brady, who is getting paid more than when those guys were out. He didn't carry them to tough wins, even if they were 16-13.
Not at all.
When he was missing them.
Yeah.
Yep.
But Kirk Cousins gets demolished by the media and everybody else when he has one down game while he's missing all of his stars. And the next game, still missing those stars and still puts up a 350 burger. You know, like we forget about and Dak's one hell of a good quarterback. I just don't think he is at that.
He ain't gonna get over the hump.
Not for what he just signed. If he wanted to win, you take a pay cut.
Yep.
That's the reason why the Minnesota Vikings won't win a Super Bowl with Kirk Cousins. I saw an interesting question I follow PTF. I think it's PTF on. I think that's what it's called. It's on YouTube, Viking YouTube channel. Dude's pretty cool. Puts breaking news out there about the Vikings all the time and opinions. He put a poll out, Danny. If Kirk Cousins was guaranteed a Super Bowl, would he take a pay cut down to $1 million or something like that?
No,
because he already would have.
Yeah.
Thank you. He already would have. He would go down to. You don't even have to go down to $1 million.
Yep.
Go down to 20.
Yep.
Go down to 20, and you'd be able to stack your team. No, Thomas Brady would do that because that's what he does, because he knows he can't do it himself. No player in football can do it themselves. You need other weapons. You need the money to do it. As long as there's a salary cap, that's how it works.
The fucked up thing with Brady is he did it for the last 10 years, and he still only a couple different times had talent around him.
Yeah.
That's what's nuts about him.
His overall talent, yes. Well, he got robbed with the Patriots, and when he took a pay cut. Well, I'm just saying when he took a pay cut. And then they really didn't surround him. They might have paid some defensive players, and the defense helps, obviously. Defense got him his first 2 championships. End of discussion. I'm not even debating that.
Yep.
And the third one, you can make a debate. At least that's where he started becoming himself, his now new age version. That defense still held their own. I mean, I think the Panthers scored 26 or 29. I think it was 29, right? In that Super Bowl. First 2 for sure. That isn't even a conversation. But that was an obvious answer. I don't even know why you even actually put it up. I appreciate you doing it, I guess, but why would you even put that up? Obviously, if he wanted to, he wouldn't even have to go down to $1 million for a guarantee. He'd have to go down to $20 million, and you'd have a legitimate shot. You just created that much cap space if you went down to that.
If he wants to win a Super Bowl, you got to do what you got to do.
All these players want their nut, right?
You got to do what you got to do.
Because you can't live off of $20 million versus $32 million.
It's tough, man.
Tough life.
Family's got to eat.
Right.
Right? Latrell Sprewell. Is that what he said?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
It's like, damn, dude. Like,
gotta feed my family. What the hell's $30 million gonna do?
I'm all about people getting paid and equal all that. But as long as there's a rule, like, for instance, a salary cap, if you want to truly win and become legendary or become a part of legend, so to speak, you have to take a pay cut because that's how the NFL is structured. That's how the NBA is structured. You know, there's a salary cap. You have to ball in that. If you want help, then you can blame the team. After $20 million, if you went down to $20 million and they didn't surround you with the talent or pay the dues that you need to keep to make you successful, it's on them.
Yep. Totally agree on that.
We're having a different conversation because Kirk Cousins is worth every bit of $20 million, right?
Give me that peach.
Sir Winston, my man, is falling in love.
Sir Winston Peach is going down
Not
tonight.
falling in love. He already was in love. He's just like getting a little bit more taste of the love.
Yeah. It is delicious, guys.
Very.
All right, let's get out with the news. We're falling by. The struggling Nebraska Cornhuskers will bring Fred Hoiberg back as men's basketball coach next season, according to the AD. The Cornhuskers lost at Northwestern earlier this week, dropped them to 7-20 overall, and 1-15 in Big Ten. In 3 seasons at the helm, Hoiberg is 6-49 in conference play. Danny, does this story with the Nebraska Cornhuskers sound familiar to you?
Maybe just a little bit. Sounds kind of like maybe their football program. What do you think, Jimmer?
I'm agreeing 1,000%. That's Scott Frost. But despite them being really bad and they're doing this, that, and the other, we have recruits coming in. And
to be fair, I am pissed that Scott Frost didn't get fired because that was one of my predictions before the year. I said he's gone for sure.
He is.
But they were pretty competitive, even though
they
the record
were.
sucked.
So that one made sense. That one made sense. This one, and now you had a story that you wanted to tell about. I'll let you take a sip. About Fred Hoiberg himself, right? That being said, I wanted to give one take on this. Now, normally I would back this decision. I really would. And this particular one with his name, despite the record. You know where this changes? You know what made Fred Hoiberg special, especially in college at the Iowa State University where he is a legend? Fred, the Mayor Hoiberg. He used to be a legend at slaughtering the transfer portal. He would get those cats. He get those cats that were maybe either academically had an issue or they had some troubles, but they started to clean themselves up. They played a year of JUCO or two. He get those dudes that were like 4 and 5 stars, but they weren't 4 and 5 stars because they got in trouble. That doesn't work that way anymore. You know why it doesn't work that way anymore? Nil. Transfer portal isn't what it used to. And you don't have the backing and the support and the money that can hang with these other cats at the end of the day. That's what my belief is. Now, he has brought some talent, and I've watched a little bit, and the reason why I watched it is because they're playing the Hawkeyes. They play the Hawkeyes tonight. I haven't checked the score yet, but I'm sure the Hawkeyes, who are in the top 25.
Number 21, last I saw. What's up?
I hope they're fucking them up again, which I'm sure they will be, but that's what mine was. You had, and you didn't tell me before this, so I'm learning this with you. You had a Hoiberg story?
Well, so a couple, actually.
Okay.
So back in the day, so the early 2000s, I believe.
Yep.
Did you like watching him with the T-Wolves?
No.
Hold on, what? Why not?
Yes, no, I should say. Like, it is what it is. Like,
You liked watching the T-Wolves back then, though, right?
yeah, no, I like the T-Wolves. If I had to commit to a team outside of a LeBron James-led team, it might be the Timberwolves because it's, I took my boys up to a Timberwolves game. They have an awesome arena. The Target Center is legit as shit. It's nice. But I never really feel like they're really competing. Last time they're competing was KG. Maybe that's maybe
it's about
part
that
of my
time,
problem.
right?
Okay. Yep.
Yeah. So he was typical, just to be, semi-racist white boy, 3-point shooter. Because it's all he could do, right?
Okay, yeah, yep.
So he's a really good 3-point shooter, though. So he came in clutch in a few playoff games, things like that.
Are you being racist against a white guy?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Because we just cannot hang.
So
in the
he had
game
no
of basketball,
hops,
bro.
So he had no hops.
I don't think so.
No, he didn't.
So. Yeah.
No, I'm giving you that.
I'm just saying. I don't recall, but I don't think
Neither
so,
do I. But I will slay you in a 3-point contest. I promise you.
Yeah.
Like
There'll
they
be this
say,
much gap between
white
my
man
feet.
can't jump.
Yeah, between my feet and the court. That's it right here. But I'm swishing.
Yeah, I'm telling you, he was money too. I think it was like the early 2K games. I can't remember if it was before that. I don't know what basketball game that would even be. But I remember I'd be the Timberwolves just because they're the close team, whatever. And I would always end up passing the ball to him and shooting a 3-pointer. He would fucking make every single one. And I became the biggest Fred Hoiberg fan simply because of that, man. I'm like, this dude came from Iowa State. Like, he's a baller. He can shoot threes. And that's all you want to do in video games is run up the score. So I'm a big fan for that, but not the fact that he went to Nebraska. I'm not big on that.
No, but he got his opportunity. I think he wanted to say Midwest. That's kind of where, and this opportunity that presented itself. So he's been a Midwest guy, and he has stuck to that, right?
That's fair. Yeah.
And even when he came to the NBA, where'd he come? You just said it. Minnesota Timberwolves.
Exactly,
He was
yeah.
Iowa State. I think he likes the region, the area, And we of all people, especially us kicking this podcast off and hopefully bigger in the future and even bigger beyond even podcasts, is trying to give you that of the Midwest. You know, we don't get that. We don't get that love. We don't get that respect. We don't get that conversation. It's always East, West, the distant West,
South,
and then the SEC, especially SEC country and shit down there. You know, but I appreciate him staying around that area. I'm not saying versus Frost versus him. I'm just saying it's funny the story.
No, yeah, definitely.
Because
definitely.
Hoiberg, I don't want to give up on him yet because I seen what he did with Iowa State, but I think it's going to be more difficult because his legend, which you can ask Tyler, who's one of our friends of the show, will tell you what they banked on, what they were awesome at. They swung those players right there.
Yep.
Those
did
play
well.
and did very well off of that, right? And I don't know if he just has it. I'm not saying he doesn't have that anymore. What I'm telling you is it's much more difficult nowadays.
Yeah.
The transfer portal, nil deals, all that stuff. You can go to a bigger market than that. It's going to be harder for him to pull those guys. Because everyone's willing to give, now we're starting to come around to the era, the world, that everyone's willing to give that second chance. They weren't before.
Yeah.
Everyone's willing to do that and toss you a few bucks on top of that. Well, he used to bank off of giving you that second chance, and you're thankful you got that, and this is what you get, and everyone's thankful for that. Now it's you get the second chance and maybe a few bucks.
Do you have any examples of guys making ridiculous money on nil deals?
So
I think that plays into this pretty good.
nice little transition. I appreciate you for that. Bronny James, LeBron James's son, signs a nil contract with PSD Underwear, which reports are saying is in the neighborhood of $5 million for his likeness. You got anything on that? Would you rock $5 million? You probably rock a pair of tidy whities, right?
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. No matter what's on them.
Don't matter.
No matter.
They could be pink. I wouldn't care.
No, not just
Damn
pink. Like, no
right.
matter what's on them. There couldn't be anything. There couldn't be anything so ridiculously offensive on those underwear. $5 million. You're doing that, right?
I'm doing it.
Okay. Reverse banana hammock.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You're part in the nut sack, right? You're splitting each nut over the top of the. I got you. Okay. I would too. This is like $5 million. Like that's it.
Yeah.
Like I probably would have done it for 6 digits, but go ahead. You can pay me 5.
Yeah, we'll take that. Now, with that being said, I mean, Bronny's probably pretty good.
He is. He's a 4. So let's give a little context so you get before you keep going. I go a lot by 247 Sports for recruiting, especially. He is on 247. He is a 4-star recruit. He is like number 37, 38, somewhere in that top 40, right? So I just want to give you that before you go with what you're saying. But yes.
Give me an idea of what his stats are right now, Jimmer.
Do you want me to give you? Do you have them? Is this what you're trying to do?
Yeah.
All right. So this season or overall?
This season, bro.
This season. I would say, I think he's starting now.
Yeah.
He is starting.
Yeah.
Okay. I would say, I know last year he wasn't. I think he's starting now. Are we talking about overall or just points?
Do points. We'll do
okay.
points.
We'll do 10?
Yeah.
That's what he's averaging?
Yeah.
I just had a feeling just because you said that. Otherwise, I probably would have said 17.
Yeah. So earlier, I think maybe that was just before he was starting. He was like 6.6. Now he's up to about 10 points a game, it looks like, right?
Yep.
$5 million fucking dollars for 10 points a game.
Yeah. That being said, so I'm gonna go both ways on this. I'm gonna go both ways. Okay. So this is going to be a debate because I am gonna go argue both ways. Number one, he plays on a nationally ranked team that brings in like the top like 7, 8, 9 recruits into this high school. That's what they do. They had the number 1 overall recruit. Just what was that last year, the year before, right? BJ Boston.
Yeah. Yep.
That's what they do. So let's remember that too. Yeah, they bring in 5-star recruits to this high school, and this is a 4-star recruit. So you're scratching and clawing even if you are LeBron James' son. Okay. Now, where I agree with you, and I'm going to play devil's advocate against what I just said, was You're not getting $5 million without your dad being LeBron motherfucking James. You're not getting it. You're not getting anywhere near that. Not even in the $1 million mark. You're nowhere in that ballpark. Your dad and Rich Paul got you, son.
Which is fine, right?
Yep.
But like, so at that point, they're not paying for the talent; they're paying for the attention,
For the name.
right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which that seems pretty sketchy to me. Maybe Bronny's, maybe he's great. Don't get me wrong. I watch him. He could beat me in 1-on-1. That's fine. All right. Not in a 3-point contest. We talked about this. But
I'll beat you in a 3-point contest.
no, I'm talking about Bronny. Okay.
Oh, Bronny.
Bronny, right?
You don't think he could beat you in a
No, I'm
3-point
talking
contest?
about for sure.
I could beat you in a 3-point contest,
You
and he could
could
beat me.
not.
I could beat you both.
Listen, bitch. You have a fucked up shoulder. Don't come at me right now, okay?
This guy, I've never seen him hoop either.
All it takes is one hand.
Oh my!
Bogart is coming strong.
Very rarely have I seen our wonderful, wonderful sponsor drop some nuts like that. Now I'm talking about in real life too. Like I've never. You think you could beat me at 3-point contest?
I was wrestling in high school, and I beat a starting varsity player in around the world. This is what he said. He got a little mouthy, so I'm like, all right, let's put the money in your mouth, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
I bet you I can beat you in around the world. He's like, whatever. I'm like, do you want to go first? Do you want me to go first? He's like, you go first. I never missed.
Oh, shut up!
Nope. I went
Nice.
around and back around, and I threw it in, and I said, what do you think about that, bitch?
Yes. I love it. I love it.
Goddamn! I'd still whoop your ass though. Let's make that clear.
Well,
But I
also, to
appreciate
be
that
clear,
confidence.
We're about to put $50 in a bowl. You, me, Jimmer, and Rio, and winner just takes the whole damn thing. Okay? What do you think about that?
Let's do it.
All right. Let's go down. We're gonna record this whole damn thing too. So
All right.
Jimmer, he might not come back on the podcast because he's gonna be embarrassed.
Who,
so,
me?
Yeah.
Do you guys just want me to take the
What-
money now?
Oh
Oh,
shit!
damn. This is some shit talking on. I appreciate that. I love it. Number 2, this piece of shit over here drinking out of a Zimpro cup.
50 years strong, bitch.
50 years strong, baby. That being said, we have to throw another side wager on that because I know I'm going to obliterate you. Like, this isn't, like, my shoulders are wrecked. Let me show you my scans. They show, and this doctor told me, by the way, that's the most demoralizing thing in the world, by the way. When the doctor says there's literally nothing we can do, the end game is going to be shoulder replacement, and you need to wait 20 years for that. Plus.
Stem cells, baby.
No, he's that type of doctor. This isn't like that one over there. This is the guy that will experiment.
I'm just saying, let's go to Mexico. We'll figure it out.
Okay, I'm down.
Yeah.
I want options. When you walk out of that doctor's office and this is the experimental
That
doctor,
sucks. Yeah.
and he tells me there's nothing we can do, you're waiting for the end game of shoulder replacements, and your left one, which you don't use as much, is actually worse than your right one, which you do use all the time, and that one feels like shit. And you walk out of a doctor's office
It's
and
loose.
you find out.
It's loose. You know
Oh, I
what I'm saying?
wish. God, it's so bad. And he tells you there's nothing he can do.
Yeah, that's tough.
Most demoralizing thing I've ever had. I don't get depressed. I don't get like that. Everyone has a down day, but that moment when he told me that and I walked out and there was no plan for anything, there was no doctor's appointment, there was no nothing. Most defeated and maybe I felt pretty damn close to my life. I'm like, that's it. I got to wait 20 years of pain before you even have the conversation of replacing it, let alone anything else. So, yeah, we're going to whoop that ass in some basketball, though. We're going to tag that up tomorrow. Fuck that. We're stopping at, I know you got to have some rec center or something in Belmont or Clarion. We're going to tap this up. We're going to video record this, and we're going to get this down right now.
Rio, be home by 5, okay?
No, we're not even waiting for that because he's out of town. We're talking about right here. He's easy weight. I'll whoop that ass with one arm. I'm not worried about that one. That one's cute. I'm talking about these two right here, especially. I'm not even trying to beat you up, bullshit. I actually love the confidence. I love it.
It's going down.
I can't wait.
I love it.
I can't wait.
Open gym Sundays in Belmont. I'll find out what time.
Oh, wait.
I don't
no,
want to
hold
run.
on.
Hold on. I don't want to run, bruh.
Hold on.
This dude does want to know. He loves this shit. Tell him.
Open gym is where it's at, bro.
Oh, dude, he
we're going
loves
down
that.
there.
He lives for that.
One of my best friends over there kind of opens the middle school, and they have open gym.
Yep. Open gym. We used to live at open gym, man.
I can get down on some of that, but don't plan on me running like a mile and shit. We got to break into it a little bit.
Yeah, break into it, you know what I'm saying? Just
Last
play
time-
like Zion or something. Just hang out. For a while.
Just kind of just jump.
And then fake an
15
injury.
feet in the
No
air.
big deal.
Yeah.
Just stand underneath the hoop.
There you go.
We did touch on it a little bit, and we have a little more coming further. Formula One has canceled September's Russian Grand Prix following Russia's military invasion of Ukraine. On Thursday, four-time world champion Sebastian Vettel said he would boycott the event if it went ahead. Kudos to him. That's all I got to say. I'm not going to say any more because we touched on a bunch of it, but I want to say he said this on Thursday before they announced that they were going to do it. He's like, I'm boycotting it. I'm not going to do it. And that's obviously, I'm not a Formula One guy. I don't know anything much about racing. My father-in-law could teach me all kinds of shit about that, right? About racing in general, especially NASCAR. But when I hear a four-time champ says, I'm not going, that's all I need to hear, and I respect that right there. So.
Yeah, respect to him.
Yeah. For not supporting it.
Russia doesn't care.
No, it doesn't. Not right now.
So,
not right now.
but respect to him for sure. Yep.
Nothing special on that one. You don't have to. Just
No,
is what it is.
kudos to him.
yeah.
That's right, baby.
Yep.
It appears Kyler Murray and the Arizona Cardinals are not heading for a divorce after all. The quarterback is reportedly on the same page with the Cards, according to NFL Network's Jane Slater. And everything is copacetic between the two sides. Slater adds that Murray and the Cardinals are working on either exercising his fifth-year option or locking him up to a long-term deal.
How fucked up would this be if now the new thing in the NFL to get more money, to get locked up into long-term deals, is you just stop following the team on social media? Yeah. How fucked up would that
That's
be?
where we're at.
Yeah.
So I heard a funny-ass take, right? And I think it was on ESPN, actually, of all places. I think a lot of it's wishy-washy and this, that, and the other. But they're starting to get a little bit better now. They have they had Perk coming on, Kendrick Perkins for NBA stuff. I love that shit. He just puts it point blank and know what his feelings are and shit like that. It doesn't seem scripted, which we can appreciate. That's what we sell on.
Who's the biggest douchebag on ESPN?
Stephen A.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. I used to think it was actually Skip Bayless back in the day when Stephen A. and them seemed like
He's a douche on
seemed
Fox,
like he was,
though, so that's fine.
Yeah.
He's not as bad as he used to be, but
he's not as bad as he used to be. He doesn't get like political, but either way. So, that being said, they're starting to get a little bit better. But I heard an interesting one, and I didn't think about this, and I guarantee you're gonna be like, "Duh, yeah." So I think it was, is it Marcellus Wiley? Is that who's always on there?
I like him.
I like Marcellus a lot. He's very passionate. Doesn't seem like a scripted. I like that shit. Right? Marcellus is like, you know what? These players, when they're doing this, you know what every other player used to do when I was playing is they wouldn't change your Instagram because it wasn't around. They would be change Instagram photos, do this, that, and the other with their Facebook, blah, 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 blah. He's like, dude, they used to put their houses up for sale.
Oh, shit.
Right?
Yeah.
He's right, though. All of a sudden to be on the market, and that's how they did it. So it's always been there. It's just more like now you're on Instagram.
Everybody sees it now, right?
Yeah. A way cheaper version of what they used to do. They used to put their house up for sale and shit. I just thought it was funny.
Dude, that's actually really funny. I for some reason, I totally spaced that Josh Hart plays for Portland now, right?
I forgot all about that, too,
Yeah.
until I seen like him and Larry Nance Jr. swap
Yes,
houses.
that's exactly
okay,
what I was
we heard
going.
about that. So
Yes.
they each had a house bought in their respective cities. And Pelicans, obviously, for Josh Hart, and then Larry Nance Jr. up there in Portland, they literally swapped houses. He's like, we practically swapped houses.
How cool is that?
Yeah.
Hey, just that
Fucking
boys
sweet.
like that, that's amazing. I mean,
I just happened to turn on the game. It was Portland against Golden State. And I'm like, He balled out though. I'm like, God damn it! Why is he gone? Like,
Yeah.
he should still be in LA,
Dude.
right?
LA's core. Think about what they had, and I
Yeah.
love LeBron,
Yep.
but they actually were built for success, long
term, yeah.
success,
Yep.
because they had a nice young ass core, and you gave up on that because the demands of being the Lakers is what
You
it comes
miss
down
out
to.
on 1 year for 5-6 years of
Oh,
really
even
fucking
more,
good,
even longer,
dude.
probably 10 years.
Maybe.
I want
Yeah.
to say a decade's worth, because that's
Maybe.
usually NBA, especially when they break out and they do their thing. Julius Randle, All-Star,
Yeah.
New York Knicks. Oh boy, LaMelo.
Yeah.
Kyle Kuzma.
Lonzo.
Sorry.
Yeah. Yep.
Lonzo.
Yep.
Lonzo. Kyle Kuzma. Larry Nance Jr. was on that team. You just mentioned Josh Hart as a 6-man. We're talking about 6-man. We're not talking about him starting.
And Josh Hart's a stud too.
And he
so,
is.
Yeah.
He
let's
has
be real.
ice in his veins. He swings it out, right? And they had a nice young core, and the pressure being LA and winning now, not building.
They were kids, man. Most of them.
They were.
young.
They were. I'm
young.
just talking about LA, the franchise. Though.
Yeah,
LA,
for
their
sure.
pressure of like you need to win now, and so they started shipping these guys away. You actually had the foundation. If LeBron would have been patient, that was actually a better team suited for him than what they brought in.
Oh yeah.
Am I wrong?
Even today.
They were hungry.
Yeah.
They were hungry. They're trying to prove themselves. They were young. The foundation. They were shooters. They were built already. You teach them to win, son, which you had to do yourself.
Yep.
You had to learn how to win by going down to Miami.
Yep.
You teach them, they would have came with you.
Yep.
Anthony Davis hasn't done that for you. You won a championship in the bubble, son. You literally had the core, and you could have helped. You might have been a legend in LA, and that's hard to do.
Yeah.
Hard to do. You have to be 10 plus years usually, right? And do legendary shit. Championships too. Not just one.
Not just
championships.
One. Yeah.
You literally might have been able to get away with one championship in LA had you taken that team and built them into a winner and made them long-term successful after you're retired.
Yep.
You built them because you'd be talked about. Your legacy would be talked about. You instilled it on this core.
Yeah. Agreed, man.
So, you got anything on there? Pusher?
Not really. No.
Okay.
We veered from your note
No,
pretty
we did.
far.
We did.
So,
We did.
You know.
James Harden to make 76ers debut versus Timberwolves after hamstring injury recovery, son, tonight. do you
Beauchart's
got?
got a big game planned.
You're thinking 30.
I'm thinking 30.
Thinking 30. So let's get your other two stats in. Let's get your assists and your rebounds. Because you said just short. You said just short of the trip dub. So what are you thinking then?
Oh.
He gets 10 plus assists, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Him and Embiid, they're just going to be all over themselves. Correct?
I'm thinking 30, 20, 20, maybe.
30, 20, 20.
Big game. Here we go.
30, 20, 20? Hold on. I just had to say that out loud. What? 30, 20, 20? You're lying. You don't mean that, do you?
I don't know much about basketball.
No, I'm
That
talking
was
about
just-
assists versus rebounds. So what I mean by that is usually a damn good stat line. It's not a standard. It's still a hard thing to achieve is a trip dub. So anyone that doesn't know is anything double digits, points, rebounds, assists, any stat actually. But he's more famous for the trip dub in the points, assists, rebounds. Now 10 rebounds, 10 assists. That is
Pretty
good.
standard,
That's pretty damn good. That's good
For a
actually.
trip dub, pretty.
Yeah, for a trip dub.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, that it's still damn good. So you think you said he's gonna come up short of the triple dub.
Yep.
So I'm gonna venture a guess that you mean probably 30, or you think he's gonna be short on the rebounds then? Or the assists of the double digit.
I'm going to say rebounds.
Yeah, that's
I
fair.
figured too.
Embiid's there too.
I
Yep.
figured the assists would be there. Maybe I was thinking 30 points, maybe 12 assists.
8 rebounds, something like that.
8 rebounds.
Yeah.
Like kind of just short because Embiid will be cleaning up some shit and they'll look immaculate for a second,
Be a
right?
fun game. That Hawkeye game just started, by the way. So,
7-6.
yep.
Hopefully they don't upset us right when I was talking shit, right? What was I looking at? That game should be going on, right? That Philly game? What was going
It
on?
might be 8:30. It's Who are they playing?
Timberwolves. That would be.
Oh, so it should be. Yeah. Yep.
Should be. Oh, it's going on right now.
Yeah. West Coast
76ers are spanking them up. James Harden right now, 17 points, 3 rebounds, 5 assists, and it's only at halftime. You called it, big dog. You called the points for sure. James Harden just has literally shown us that I'm not a James Harden guy. Let's make that very clear. But he made it very clear to us that 2 points in Brooklyn or whatever, that 4 points, yeah, I was playing down.
Doesn't he shoot left-handed?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's going to hell. For sure. But here's the deal, Jimmer. He's going to do the same thing when Embiid goes down, if he goes down, because he typically does.
He does.
Then Harden's going to be like, I want to go to fucking...
He will.
Where can he go at that point? The Bulls. I want to go to the Bulls and win.
But I agree.
He's a bitch, man.
He is.
I'm not a fan at all.
He is. And me and you are on the same page. But the one thing he'll do for this first year, let's say Embiid does go down, which he usually does, like we said, he will do for the first year, he'll have that same stat line, he'll carry him to the playoffs, and then he'll come up short. And then he'll have the falter, is what I'm saying. But I agree with you 1,000%. You know me and you are on board with the James Harden thing. That ticky-tack foul shit, I hated watching basketball when he was playing. I'm like, are you kidding me? That Eurostep horse shit, but this dude barely touches his arm with a fingertip, and we're going to call that?
He bought into his own hype more than most players I've ever seen. Because he did, in Houston, what was he, like 4 or 5 years, right? Where he was a great player, stat-wise, but they didn't do anything. Even they brought Chris Paul and they brought Russell Westbrook, everything like that. All of a sudden starts being a whiny bitch. Leaves there, gets forced out again because Kevin Durant and Kyrie are not good enough, right? Like, you haven't done enough. You act like you've been through a war, you know what I mean, to get to where you are, but you haven't, dude.
You haven't for the most part. The Rockets are your closest version of that, where you didn't have...
They tried, though. That's the problem. They tried.
Hold on. Yes, I agree with you.
That's why I don't like it. Cause
they literally brought in every version, right?
Yeah.
They brought in every version. Okay, what's going to work with you?
Imagine they brought in people like LeBron got brought in Cleveland. Who were the best people he played with in Cleveland?
Oh, Shaq at 75 years old?
Right. That's what I'm saying.
No, I agree with you.
Yeah, that's the problem.
I agree with you.
They actually tried, right? Like...
Yeah, no, everyone he's had come through there. Everybody. When he was at Cleveland, those early days, it was always has-beens or not quite theirs. And then this dude, James Harden, think about the players he's had that Houston has tried, right? They've tried every version. They've tried, okay, we'll let you be the ball distributor like you've shown that you can do with your trip dubs and all that. We'll bring in Dwight Howard. We'll bring in, not bring in, but they had Clint Capella. They had all these other pieces around him. We'll surround you with everything you need here. Okay, that didn't quite work. What are we going to do then? Okay, we'll go ahead and grab Chris Paul, the point guard. We'll go the other way to where we're taking the ball out of your hands and he'll distribute to you. See if that works. Okay, that didn't quite work. We'll go get Russell Westbrook, high energy guy, one of your best friends, blah, blah, blah. We'll do that too. He'll meet your trip dub. Yeah, that didn't work. At what point did LeBron James have that same thing before he not forced his way out, but he's a free agent, and he decided to go to Miami? No team has given the support that this man has gotten over his career, and it's always someone else's fault. You go up to, and then that's not even to mention, he goes up to the Nets, who he barely survived with, and they all couldn't get healthy together, which is frustrating together for them. I get that, but KD, at bare minimum, no matter what side of the fence you're on this one isn't a debate. This at worst, the second best player on the planet.
Top 5, no matter what.
No matter what.
No matter what, right?
Well, I want to say 2.
I'm with you. I'm with you on 2,
okay.
But I'm like, just in general.
Yeah, but a lot of people put him even at 1.
Okay.
That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
A lot of people put him at 1 over LeBron, which is fine.
At this point.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
They at least have him in the top 2, right?
Yeah.
And then you have Kyrie, arguably one of the best ball handlers of all time. Now, they didn't all get healthy at the same time. They were always missing a piece, this, that, and the other, right? But don't tell me. This dude will never win a championship. If Charles Barkley couldn't win a championship, this dude is not going to. They've surrounded him with the best talent around at every level and couldn't turn it into anything. Just couldn't happen. His game doesn't match up. If fouls aren't being called, if his shot isn't falling, he doesn't make his team better. You know what I'm saying? His all-around team. He doesn't make his team. I should say he doesn't. I shouldn't say it like that. I'm sorry. He makes his team better because he makes them into playoff contenders, right? He doesn't make his teammates better.
Yes.
He doesn't make his teammates better.
I didn't know where you were going.
He doesn't raise them up to where they go to a level they didn't even know they had. LeBron does. There's a lot of players that do. I shouldn't even say just LeBron. We always put that on a pedestal, but always Steph Curry makes his team better. He plays in the system and and that's what they do, right? Kevin Durant to a certain extent, because Kevin Durant, even though I'm not a huge fan of the guy, the one thing you cannot take away from that man is he has no problem as a superstar, as the superstar. He has no problem taking a back seat. If he feels that that's how this guy's offense or that's how he plays ball, he has no problem taking a back seat, right, Danny? Do you have a problem with that assessment? He's always done it.
You good?
He did it with Russell.
Yep.
He did it with Kyrie.
Yep.
He has no problem. He did it with Steph until they're like, hey, bruh, we need you to come down and launch from 3/4 court and end this game.
You're like, wait a minute.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's what, and that was it. Believe it or not, even though he comes off pretty douchey more times than not, that's the one thing he's not. He has no problem taking a back seat to, all right, this is what we need for the team. Okay. If you think Steph Curry needs to launch up 30 shots and I need to put up 10, okay. You know, if you need Russell Westbrook to go nuts and go same type of stat line, I'll sit back. I've never once seen, that's one thing I can't take away from him. I've never seen him like blow up because he wasn't getting his shots, his number of shots, right? I can't remember one. Can you? Really?
No. Let me ask you one question though.
Yep.
I think Kyrie is a great player in today's league.
Yep.
But he doesn't make other players better either.
No.
In general.
No, he doesn't.
No matter what team you're on, you have Kyrie, you have James. Who do you take?
James.
Okay, I disagree with that. So
any team? Oh, hold on. Oh, you're talking
Any
about hold
team.
on. You're talking about James Harden.
yeah.
I thought you meant LeBron James.
Sorry.
You
you're
said
right.
James.
I said James.
Yeah.
James
Yeah.
Harden. You're right. I didn't clarify.
Kyrie.
James Harden.
Probably Kyrie.
Over James Harden, right? Okay.
Or they're on the same level.
Yep.
Or they're on the same level. No,
But you probably take Kyrie, right?
I don't know. Kyrie has a very long history of injury bug ever since he came into the league. I may take James Harden.
Okay. That's
His
a fair
whole
argument.
career.
It's fair.
And he didn't learn how to win until LeBron came back.
I like that. Yeah.
So,
Well put.
I think they're probably at best the same, right? Like,
At best.
at best. But James Harden could be more, but he just doesn't. So, that's where I got that. A lot of announcer news. So we touched on what was that last week. Sean McVay. There's rumors he had a $15 million contract on the table per year with a sports network for calling game days, NFL games. Sean Payton negotiating a Fox Sports deal that would have him replace Troy Aikman if he does indeed leave. With that, it does look like Joe Buck could be following Aikman to ESPN's Monday Night Football. I don't watch every Monday Night Football, but that would make me watch even less.
Yeah, I agree. Totally agree on that one.
Nope.
Yep.
If those two fucks combine, I'm not interested.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go watch whatever version Peyton's on, if it's Amazon or whatever.
Peyton
the
and
fuck,
Eli?
but
Yep.
Yeah, I'm watching that. No.
I'm not watching. I'm telling you, I don't know what people's obsession. I don't think it's people's obsession. I really don't, because they're rated towards the highest, like when it comes to like the worst sports broadcasters. I don't get it. Joe Buck has an awesome voice, but what he's saying is stupid. But we'll continue on. It does look like 49ers GM John Lynch was being recruited by Amazon's Thursday Night Football broadcasting role. He did turn it down. I don't know if you guys remember this. You guys do remember that John Lynch was actually on the Fox versions. You had to be localized. It was one of those. It wasn't like the their main broadcast. It was like if he called a few Vikings games and stuff like that, the early afternoon games. But I need to turn down. The broadcasting world is just, you know what? You're offering these boys 15 mil. I'll do it for 7.
Yeah, I'll go like 6, 7. Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll
6,
do that.
7.
Yep.
Put you two on a Monday night game would be awesome.
Oh man, they need to. They need
They
to get
better
that.
rate that shit right.
I was gonna say, hold on, either rate it or they better get a goddamn bleep button ready. That dude's gonna be active. But yes,
Get your finger hot, bro.
I love every aspect of that thought. Like, but they're doling out millions. I don't know if you guys saw that. Troy Aikman made $55 million over his NFL career. His NFL career, gentlemen. He was offered ESPN, if he takes that deal, I think it's 17 mil per year to broadcast one game a week. That's it. For the most part.
Can he do it without your boy?
Joe Buck? No. They're one and the same.
I think that's why, right? I think that's why they're coming together, potentially. So,
Yep.
yeah.
You only bring that on. They are one and the same. I think Joe, if I got to put something out there, I think Joe Buck could do it without him before Troy Aikman could do it without
Yes,
Joe Buck.
I'd agree with that. They both suck dick, but
Yep. But I think Joe Buck could roll with like a Sean Payton or something like that. He could roll with almost anybody, even though I'm not a Joe Buck guy.
and by dick, I just mean like a butt plug or something. That's all I'm saying.
Right,
No
okay.
big deal.
Just hide it.
We could go Cowboy quarterbacks. We could put Romo in there instead of Aikman.
Oh, I'm
Romo
a
can do
Romo guy, bro.
anyone he wants. I'm watching the
I'm
game.
with you.
Yeah.
Romo is like, if he was never an NFL quarterback and you didn't know him, you would make the case still that he's one of the best announcers, even without his background, because he's that
Jimmy
good.
has to drink the rest of that, so let's go.
Holy shit!
But here's the deal.
What have you been doing over there, Danny? You trying to catch up to my drinking style?
First of all, when
You
said,
are. You don't
said-
ignore that. You son of
when
a
you
bitch.
said cowboy quarterback, I'm
Sir
like,
Winston.
slow down. First of all, but then you said your guy, so I'm like, all right,
Yep.
we can't disagree with that. But
Yep.
I don't know, man. There's only a few announcers that I'm like, yes, I'll watch the game. I don't care who's playing, right?
Yep.
And I think he's one of them. I
Al
really do.
Michaels is one of those. I
Yep.
like Al Michaels.
I hope he stays. I don't think he will.
I don't think he is. There is rumor if
Maybe Sean Payton, right? But
yeah, I would like to see what he's got to say.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that, even though I'm not a Saints fan. He was part of that bullshit and all that, and I still like to see. I'm good for color commentation. So, that being said, I can't remember which way it was. They were talking about who'd you just mention?
Sean Payton,
No, the other one, just before that,
Romo,
Romo.
No.
yeah,
No, not Romo. You just said someone else in between. Damn it.
Joe Buck, Troy Aikman. Who are we talking about?
I don't know. Who did you just say just a second ago?
Did I say somebody?
It
different?
don't matter. Either way, they were in conversation. The NCAA is relaxing their marijuana policy. Testing threshold will be raised in mandatory program, and current penalty structure could be softened. New era, right?
I guess. I mean, what are we teaching these kids nowadays?
So, the one thing that we stick adamant on this show about is we think that we believe that it should be legalized at some point. Or definitely for professional athletes. If that's your pain medication, it's way better for you than narcotics,
Right.
drugs, as in prescription drugs. Now, where I agree with my man Beauchart here is, do you really need that at a college level yet? Have you played so much, taken so much of a whooping of any one of your sports, that you need to be pumping something like that into you? Even if it's marijuana and it's... I'm with you on that part. Like, you don't need to be promoting it. I just don't think it needs to be... It isn't like... It's the same thing here. We're having adult beverages tonight.
Who is?
Well,
Beauchart.
Well,
Fuck.
definitely Danny.
Shame on
He
me.
killed that bottle. But that being said, It isn't like we're promoting to our kids to go drink, are we, Beauchart?
No.
Are we? Am I going in and telling my kid to go ahead and have a toddy?
Nope.
Once you hit college, you should be hitting a toddy. Now, am I going to be shocked that they're partying? No. But I'm not trying to promote it.
Are you going to tell them to pour your drink?
No, but I have had them grab me a beer from the fridge. I'm that guy. Call me whatever you want, but I have had them grab me. I did. Give me a little bit of the Father of the Year. It's like when they were younger, I'm like, grab Daddy or one of Daddy's root beers.
I know.
You want a beer? Root beer.
I said the same thing. Mom gets Diet Coke, so I'm like, give me a Daddy's Diet Coke. And I'm like hoping and praying. Yes. Yeah. There we go. All right.
Bam.
We got it.
But that being said, that's the reason why I'm with you. We're not just because I believe that they should soften up that and make it legal or whatever for whatever instance. This is legal. I'm still not promoting it to my kids. I don't think you need it in college. I don't think that needs to be like, I'm not, honestly, you want them to be as, I don't know. I was like, wait until you get to an older life and you figure out what's good for you or what's helping you manage pain at an older age. You are not in that type of pain at the age of 22 or younger. I promise you that. Right. You haven't played enough ball of any level to have to use any type of pain medication, right?
But,
like that.
But should it make it so they can't play football where they are? Or basketball or whatever?
No, because if they're 21 and they're able to drink, what's the difference?
Exactly.
Put an age limit on it then.
Yep.
Right? Put an age limit on it then. Say 21 also then. If that's what it is, at least it'd be more respectable when you're putting a thing on it. And then, yeah. I like that question, actually. Yep. It's like, yeah, well, you know what? You're 100% right. Put an age restriction on it. I don't think you should be cranking into anything too hard when you're 18, 19, 20 years old. 21, you're starting to become adult. You've learned you've lived a little bit of a life, a little bit of adult life and stuff. So, yeah. Not going to go too much into this part because we already touched on it. That was the former heavyweight champs enlisting in the Ukraine military to defend their country. The Kings, in visiting Nuggets, held a moment of silence and linked arms in a show of solidarity with Sacramento center Alex Len and his home country of Ukraine ahead of Thursday night's game. Kudos.
That's awesome.
I seen that. I watched a little bit of video of it and
really cool. Yep.
Just a messed up situation. Like, I don't even know what to say right now. You know what I'm saying?
I'm
like,
getting chills just thinking about it. It's terrible.
I do. I feel like this one, I think I can build off what Danny was saying earlier. I think this one feels different than even the Afghan war, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we're not even involved in this one yet. Like, truly involved.
Right.
You know, this feels different. Maybe I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm 1,000% wrong. Not even misinformed. I just flat out hope I'm wrong. Zdeno Chara of the New York Islanders set a record for the most games played by an NHL defenseman when he skated in the 1,652nd game of his career Thursday. Hall of Famer defender Chris Chelios had held the previous record since 2010 when he retired after 26 seasons in the NHL. 1,652 in one of the most violent games
it's awesome.
in sports.
Yep.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
Very impressive.
Right? Like, damn. Have you guys ever seen, what was that, with, was it Stifler? The hockey one. Goon?
Yes.
Goon.
Yes.
You need to watch that if you haven't seen that. Goon?
So funny.
It is funny. I haven't watched, I don't think I watched the second or third or anything like that. But the first one, pretty damn funny. He was also a defenseman. So if you've never seen it, he was the enforcer. You know hockey has enforcers?
Yep.
He had no other special talent except for doing force.
Whooping that ass.
Whooping that ass.
Yep.
Colt Brennan, the record-setting Hawaii quarterback whose death last May shocked the college football world, which was by overdose.
Here's what fucked up. Before you finish, I forgot about that, dude. When that name came up, I was like tripping out. I'm like, wait a minute. Are we talking about the same guy? Of course we are. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
That's so
crazy.
messed up, man.
Crazy.
Yeah.
It is.
He had so much potential.
Oh, dude, he was.
I don't mean to interrupt, but damn,
Yeah, dude,
man, it sucks.
Hawaii was entertaining to watch. back
Yes,
then.
they were so fun.
They were
man.
dropping like 40, 50 points a game. They were
Yes.
high flying.
Yep.
It was awesome. He was found to have stage 1 CTE in a post-mortem examination, his family revealed. I think you're finding this all the time. Like, I'm not trying to make light of this in any way, shape, or form, so please don't take it like that. But I think you're finding that. Like, how often do the CT scans or post-mortem examinations happen in the average human being?
Never.
How do we know that we don't have, maybe not stage 1, how do you know you don't have stage 3?
No, here's the
You
problem.
don't. So I'm not saying that any part of it is okay, because when you're playing football, that's what happens.
Yep.
But at the end of the day, I think you can get that from everyday stuff. I'm like, maybe if you don't play any physical thing and you don't bonk your head on the guy. You know how many times I hit my head at work? Running into a pipe?
Yeah.
And it feels like I jarred something loose and made myself lightheaded. I'm not trying to defend it. I'm just trying to say that I know it adds to it, but I'm not trying to kill the sport of football. And I don't feel bad for letting my children play football. Not especially at this young age. And then they make their own decision down the road. They want to play. I think it happens a little more than what we think outside of sports is what I'm getting at. I'm not saying that's okay. This might have been purely football with his. That isn't what, stage 1 CTE, that's more than just your average bonk in the head, right?
Go ahead, Bo.
I think it can happen anywhere. It can happen at home. It can happen at work. Majority of it. It makes you wonder what's going through that person's head. Maybe they don't know they have it. Going through all those hits and stuff like that. It's the kind of thing, it just makes you wonder, Like Jimmer said, any one of us, how do we know we don't have that?
Yep.
Nobody knows. Nobody knows. What they don't know, do they not know until this shit happens?
Right.
Until something bad happens. And then we need to check this shit out. What happened? How'd he die? It's kind of thing like that. Do you really know? That's the question. Do people really know how this happens? That's
right.
That's what I think.
Yeah.
Yep.
100%, man. I think I don't think we know enough yet. So
Yep.
I'm with you on that. Like we think, because all we focused on is football, right?
Yep.
We think it's related to that. But so if he rode a jet ski all the time, right off the coast of Hawaii, for example, boom, 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 right? We don't know if that had an impact. We don't know if his football before. We don't know if his soccer before. We don't know if anything before had an impact. So I hope we can get to the point where we can say, let's measure this before they die instead of after.
Mm-hmm.
I hope we can do that at some point, but we can't yet.
Yep.
And stuff. I don't know how many times. I'm dead serious, Jimmer. I don't know how many times I probably got knocked out before I was in middle school playing football or whatever else.
Schoolyard.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know how many times, but it happened.
How many times did you possibly take a knock on the head when you're playing with your brother? Like outside, you're riding your bicycles.
First of all, I whoop my brother's ass every time.
I know,
but love
I
you,
appreciate
Jay.
you, Jay.
Love you, Jay.
Appreciate you.
Come up for the podcast at some point.
Yeah.
But here's the deal. No, beyond
When
that,
you're
right?
boys, rough?
I'm just kidding. Jimmer.
Yep.
But when I was trying to play with the high school players, so I lived across the street from a big football field, Roosevelt, right? And we'd go over, we'd play flag football or whatever.
Smear the whatever and add.
Smear the whatever's
Kill the
out
man.
there, yeah. And so I'd be a defender, for example. There'd be high school players looking. And there was one point I remember specifically that I got clotheslined, and I just saw, fucking sky, ground, and all of a sudden I woke up. So it's like, you don't know what it takes, like at what level or what it took at that level to give you what we're talking about today. Yeah. So it's like, man, everybody puts this huge demonic thing on football, but it's like maybe, right? And you're kind of on the same page, so I'm with you on that. I'm not trying to disagree with you. Yep. Mm-hmm. But it's kind of like, what if I was riding a scooter and I fell? Yeah. Or my big wheel? Or I was going down a slide, right? And I biffed it.
Or your parent loved you, but they dropped you?
Yeah, that's never happened. Jimmer, shout out. It's never happened, right?
Never happened.
Love you. All right. Stuff like that. Like, we don't actually know until they start measuring it. And, I was a big fan of his. And like I said the other day, man, I totally forgot what happened last year. And I feel bad. But I hope it's not because of football. That's long story short for me. But
yeah. I don't think all of it goes to that is what the point is. I think there's stuff that goes throughout life. I'm not saying football helps. That's for damn sure. You take a rock, you get hit a lot.
I'm not saying you, though, Jimmer. I'm saying in general.
No. Yeah.
I bit my cheek. I'm not saying you, but in general, people put this on football. That's my point.
Yeah,
right?
no, I agree.
That's my point.
Yeah, I get with you. I'm with you on it. I agree. I think it just gets a flat ass black eye.
Yeah.
I think automatically. I understand there's hitting and there's massive collisions, but if you really look at it, how often is there really if you watch a football game? You actually look at it, I'm like, are you literally knocking your head every single time? You might have done shit throughout your life, is my point. Like, we don't know because it isn't like your brain is getting scanned throughout that point, so throughout your whole life. Either way. College football hits a 40-year low in attendance while declining for the 7th straight season to the lowest average since 1981. I don't know. I don't even know where to put that.
That's tough.
We're not even used to seeing that. Like the type of football we watch, college football, Big Ten doesn't have that issue. So I don't know where these records or lowest attendance are coming from. When's the last time you watched a Big Ten game where you didn't see the stadium packed? Maryland? Okay, fine. But we're talking about the major universities. You don't think Penn State still sells out, or Iowa, or Ohio State, Michigan State? Come on.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know where these are coming from. I don't know. I doubt it's the SEC country. This has got to be the Pac-12, right? Big 12, maybe? Maybe the Big 12, but
Big 12, maybe.
I'm gonna say Pac-12. West Coast, so much more things to do, and they're not going to a games.
Yeah.
Because their Texas schools
it's
are very
better
passionate.
weather, dude. Yep. What do you have to do here?
Well,
be depressed, go to bed, go to a ball game, right?
Make babies.
Make babies. I mean, that's fine, but then it's going to cost money, so you have to balance it out. Like, what are you doing, right?
You're right.
So, I don't know.
I don't know what to say. I don't know what to make of it. I didn't see it.
I guess I didn't either.
I don't know where that's coming from. I'm assuming the Pac-12. Maybe the ACC if you start getting down into that Florida-ish region. But those places are so passionate. The East Coast down to the South and definitely the Midwest are so passionate about their football. It's got to be the Pac-12, right, Beauchard?
It's got to be.
It's got to be. Just not seeing it. So, they're still making, by the way, billions of dollars, so don't worry. That being said,
They're broke.
I think a lot of places are getting to where everyone's watching it more often. So the one thing you'll learn I don't know how often you've been to a pro game. Me and Danny just went to Viking-Packer game. Awesome game to go to, right, Danny?
Yep.
That was pretty damn legendary.
I'll take it.
We were ecstatic. But if you're being honest, though, Danny, what better visual do you get at a game from whatever your set angle is, or the TV that literally can park it around any which way?
The TV, always.
And in the comfort of your own home with your own beer at your price and food or whatever you want.
Yeah, we don't drink beer.
Whatever we drink.
you know.
But you know what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
But like
Always at home, though, right?
you know
Right,
exactly.
always, yeah.
So we like the experience because we're diehard Vikings fans. You would love going to Cowboys game. But at the end of the day, if you really, really think about it after you get the experience, you're like, dude, it's so much cheaper. Like if they actually made it more affordable, I guarantee those numbers will go back up.
Yep.
Guarantee. Get your money off the sponsorships. Make it affordable to go to the games. Everything is so goddamn expensive now. Everyone has a new stadium that they need to pay for right now. And the food and the beer and everything inside the stadium is so expensive. Nobody wants to go. I can get a case of beer for almost how much it costs for me to buy one big beer at the stadium.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
100%.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
The
100%
food.
fact.
The food was like what? $13 for a hot dog and fries or some shit. Some shit.
Oh, you
like
don't
that.
want Fruity Pebbles or whatever on top?
Yeah, we'll get to that. See, if we were down in Atlanta, they keep their shit legit. That owner literally made his stadium to where you had to be affordable. You actually had to pay, like, it had to be affordable pricing. The beers, the food, everything. But that's one of 32 owners. One of 32 owners in the NFL. Everyone's trying to get their nut. And most of these are state funded. So they actually control more of it than the owners control. Because they're trying to get their money back from the hundreds of millions of dollars that they put towards the stadium. They want their money back now.
Yep.
Before the stadium deteriorates and they can't get quite the same number of bodies in, right? Is what it is. And that's what I got for actual news. I'm gonna tell you my law.
Don't do it yet. Give us Beauchamp.
For his what?
Makes sense.
Already? We
Yeah.
still have
Bring it up.
We
Bring
still
it
have
up.
Colleen's.
Bring it up.
He's got to be at the end. That's where we put
You
it.
think so?
Yeah.
All right, fine. Colleen's questions. We'll do it now. Let's go.
Well, we're gonna do the state law. We're gonna do the law, and then
state
we'll
law.
do Colleen's question.
All right, hold on.
And we're gonna go roll with. I'll do the. You know what? I'll do the law, and then we'll get to Colleen's question. How about that? Which is sponsored, which we're gonna get to.
Hey, who's this sponsored by?
We will get. Who is
this
that?
fucking
So
creep?
technically, it's supposed to be Rio's randoms, but Rio's not in house. We're gonna touch on Colleen's question that she had for us, and that is going to be sponsored by our guy, one of our biggest financial backers, and actually just a full blown backer in general. That's our guest here.
What's his name, Jimmer?
Kevin Beauchamp.
Yeah, damn right.
My man.
Don't get creeped out by the pretty face. He's a good guy.
Yeah.
All right.
He's married, by the way, ladies.
He is married, so ladies
Sorry,
back
he's
off.
married.
But
Even though he does give damn good head.
yes, he does.
I'm talking about for the females.
Don't tell nobody.
Jimmer sent videos.
Don't
I'm
tell
just
him.
saying.
I'm talking about of the wives and the females. So I'm going to go ahead and give you my weird law. How dare you send me pizza? If you're in Louisiana, don't try to send anyone surprise pizza. Honestly, if you have any decency, that is. Now you will have to pay heavily for this appalling gesture. A whole $500 fine is coming your way if you order somebody pizza in Louisiana.
What the hell?
What if it's pepperoni?
Just any.
Any?
Just any. Like, how do you...
Jimmer, if I ordered you a meat lover pizza tonight.
I don't know if this is paid, though.
Oh, touche.
I don't know if it's paid. So, I hope it isn't that you would be charging somebody if they paid for it. They pay for it by debit card or whatever.
Okay. Yeah.
This I don't know, but it is a law that you can't order somebody pizza in Louisiana.
Bouchard, I'm going to order you a pineapple and jalapeno pizza.
I'd be pissed. Fuck
Where
you.
you at?
You're going to prison.
I'm gonna eat it.
You would.
Love you.
You're eating pineapple, you nasty. God, on pizza.
Pineapple,
Both of you.
dude.
Damn
Both
right,
of you.
son.
Both of you.
Canadian bacon and pineapple.
Oh, Jesus. Now, I like me some pineapple flavored like salsa. We've talked about that. Damn good stuff. But both of you, stop. Whatever you're doing, hand check.
It's over here.
It's over here. Nasty. Nasty. All motherfuckers need Jesus. We're going to go ahead and roll with, since our boy, Rio is not in studio tonight, like we already put. He is at the Iowa Juniors. Is that what it is? Wrestling tournament down in Des Moines. Shout out to all of those kids. Hopefully they ball out. Truly mean that. But Colleen had a question, and that question was, Danny, what is something that you do but annoys the fuck out of you if somebody else does?
Oh,
That you don't mind doing or you enjoy doing, but annoys the fuck out of you when someone else does it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't get mad about anything. Let's see. That I do, but if somebody else does it, I get mad. Picks their nose, I think probably a big one.
So you dig it?
Yep.
You gold dig?
Oh man, if I feel some shit, it's going
you
down.
just want to get it out, right?
And then I'm like,
You wanna breathe
listen,
right?
Ember, stop picking
Yeah,
your
your
nose.
daughter,
It's bleeding.
beautiful young girl.
Yeah, so she's my daughter, obviously, and Banner too. Banner's my son. But they pick their nose like crazy. And I'm like, listen, I'm
That's
just trying to
nasty.
get some shit. Don't look at me. Let me take care of it. That's probably the biggest thing. Yeah, those two.
Okay.
Yep.
We got Beauchart.
I'm gonna go with kind of the same thing there, but sniffles.
Okay.
If I get the sniffles and,
You don't think anything about it.
I don't think anything about it. But if my wife or my kids get a sniffle, go blow your nose, damn it.
He is 100% right? Oh my God, that goes on in my house too. Like, I don't even think about that. Mine was, I'm going to take it out of family life. Away from family life, I should say. And mine is driving and passing. So, let's say I'm following behind someone that is actually above the speed limit. If I'm in a hurry, I will pass you still. I get annoyed when it's the other way. Let's say it's 55 and I'm going 61 and you pass me. I get pissed off. I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm already breaking the law anyway for you, and you feel like you need to pass me. But I have no problem doing it to you. That's what mine is. That's the first thing that sprang out. But your guys is damn good. The sniffles, I do the same stuff, but I lecture my kids about, right? I get pissy, or any part of that. I get pissy when I chat, but I lecture my son about. He's like, I'm not even saying anything bad. I'm like, it isn't what you're saying, it's how you're saying it.
Yep.
All that kind of stuff. So that is brought to you by, Colleen's question is brought to you by Bo's Power Washing.
Who's Bo? Who the fuck is
my
Bo?
man, Kevin Beauchart, to my right.
This guy?
Now, this man right here will literally do
beautiful.
all the jobs you don't want to do. We're talking about power washing. We're talking about mowing, plowing, weed eating, the whole works. You have a building, if you're a property owner and you just don't feel like cleaning that building you just bought out, this man will clean it for you and make it look immaculate. That is what he does. We use his services for our snowplow for sure. He's probably going to have to mow my lawn a few times because I have a pretty big lawn in the house I'm about to buy. So I'm telling you, I have not been disappointed yet. Danny, were you disappointed when he came over and plowed that driveway?
No.
Were you disappointed when he plowed your wife?
That didn't happen. But here's the deal. Bo will do whatever you want. If you want him in a film, he'll probably do it. Mm-hmm. He's a good guy. He'll take care of you in whatever way.
that you
need.
so feel desired.
Bo, what are you
We're-
feeling
we're-
tonight?
we're-
What do you want to do, man?
Where do we contact you at if we need any services done?
You can
What's your number?
contact me, my cell phone, 1-641-903-1720.
Bo's Power Washing, baby. And we are still in the works of changing that name. But still, he is your guy, though. And we appreciate you. Huge supporter. You also have our Make Sense, right?
Yes, I
Oh, what is it, man?
Let's hear what you got, big guy.
Nothing big.
Yeah, we're good.
So back in the day, I played baseball, stuff like that.
Were you pretty good?
I wasn't bad.
No, quit it. Quit, Beauchart. Be real.
He's pretty good.
Yeah, I was good.
Thank you. Thank you.
He played softball up until a couple years ago. He was still playing he was still playing local league softball, and then he ended up having a shoulder surgery. Have you went back yet?
No, I have not.
Hasn't went back since.
So
but-
Bo is a stud, but he has a story to tell everybody.
Yes.
Tonight. Let's go.
what you got?
So back in the day when I played baseball, coaches, watching different movies and stuff,
Mhm.
there was always a saying that stuck in my head, and it was, never alibi on a bad hop. Anybody can make the play.
Okay.
Now you can take this two ways. You can take this generally into life, or you can take this into whether you play football, any kind of sport. A big one, the baseball. It's kind of thing where, if there's a bad hop, obviously you want to get that bad hop. You want to get it before anybody else can. And generally in life, everybody has their up and downs. It's just part of life. You kind of get over those. That's the kind of thing you just gotta keep moving forward. And it's just a good part of life.
You were 100% correct, and this is what Danny was touching on at the beginning of the show. Now, usually we make sense if we don't think about it, if it is either comical, even if it's real. I've been the last couple I've done that were like real life and like they weren't comical in any stretch. This is more like if you don't think it is, then that's exactly what our outlier is for our segment. But if you actually dig into it, that's exactly what you got. You said you could touch on obviously as simple as just a game, whether baseball, basketball, football, but it doesn't matter what it is. Or you take it in life. You sit back, you sit there and let the ball go by, blame it on a bad hop. Somebody else is going to pick it up and run off with it. They're going to make the play. You're not. And you're going to make an excuse. Which is still going to leave you in the same spot, right?
Yep, you're gonna be left in the dust.
Boom.
You're damn right. I like it.
Words of wisdom. Don't let it go by you. Don't let life go by you, right? Do you got something else you want to put with that? With like your word, the wisdom from that, like what your story is from that.
Just always learn from life, whether it's good or bad.
There you go.
Like I said, you're gonna have your ups and downs.
Yeah.
Just never let it lead to having that bad hop. Take care of it.
Boom, boom.
Let's be real. If you're learning, it's from bad. Okay? It's not a bad thing.
That's the
That's
best
life.
That's the best way you learn.
You're
Yes.
damn right.
Yep.
Yes.
Thank you, Beauchart. I love that tonight.
We train
Thank
you. We train you like at work. We used to talk about this all the time. You don't learn when it's running good.
Yep.
You learn when it turns into a shitstorm, and that's a fact. That's not a joke.
Yes, sir.
You don't learn from it running perfect and you yanking bags off or whatever when it's running fine. You learn that dryer. You learn that life lesson. You learn that when it doesn't go your way and it's all messed up. That's a fact. Don't be ashamed to fail. You failing will end up turning into your success if you're adamant enough.
Damn right. Beauchart, we love you, man.
Yeah.
You're a good guy.
Feel the same, boys.
And Rio down in Des Moines, you better be kicking ass.
Yes.
Just so you know.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
you're not, you're gonna have to try to wrestle Jimmer. So let's go. We might be in a Super 8 motel bed, and you have to do something, and Jimmer throws you by your eyeballs. So just
all kinds of weird stories mixed into one. I like it.
Keep it in mind. I'm just saying, you know.
I like every story mixed in. No, I appreciate it. You just tossed them all in there. He might have been picked up by his heel and arm and thrown. Gouge out eyeballs. It's all there. Yeah.
Luke might be there. It's like whatever.
Luke, who is technically our official Whiskey Wager sponsor of
Thug Life
Cattle Company.
Right.
Danny, I'm going to take this part over for you because we're going to mix it up.
Go ahead, do it.
Nothing we appreciate more than, believe me, if you want to support us in any way, shape, or form, it is literally clicks, likes, shares, follow. Those right there, you have no idea how much those mean. And where can they do that at? Where can you get your podcast? Where can you do that at?
Yeah, hey, listen, you don't understand how big of a deal it is. Give us a like, a follow, a share, a rating.
We have free haircut.
Anywhere.
We have a free haircut coming if you come into Garner.
Anywhere you find your podcast. Apple, Spotify, the whole 9 yards, even YouTube. So hit us up, and we'd fucking be so much appreciated for it.
Yeah.
But it all goes down where, Jimmer?
In the DMs.
In the DMs. You're goddamn right. If you have a story, listen, Beauchart came in tonight. He was able to tell us some shit about when he played baseball, softball. We don't actually know. He might be a guy. He might not. We don't know. But he thinks he can beat us in a 3-point shooting contest.
I don't think I know.
Oh, fuck! That's why we love you.
Hey,
that's why
this is going on TikTok tomorrow, baby. This is going down. We've been talking about this 3-point contest, blah, blah, blah. This is going on tomorrow. We're going to check out this place that we're going to try to do a live event in Timbuktu in Clarion, Iowa. We're going to go check this place out, but we're also going to stop at a gymnasium. We're going to go ahead and end this.
I just want everybody to know that when I smoke these fucks, it won't be on TikTok or Apple until like Monday, Tuesday, because they'll be embarrassed. So just be ready for that shit. But yeah, definitely share some stories. Colleen's questions today came in from Colleen at Jimmer's work and Rio's work tonight.
Yeah, huge supporter of the show too.
You damn right. Give her some praise. She's good.
Dink and Flicka.
Dink and Flicka, Colleen. What's up? But other than that, Beauchart, give me some parting words, man. What do you got? I'm putting you on the spot. Let's go. Parting words. Anything. I don't give a shit.
If you ain't listening to 3 Gig Podcast, you don't know shit.
I fucking love you.
God damn
That's our guy.
Oh, man.
That's our guy. Hey,
that's our guy.
Thank you, everybody that's listening tonight. Happy weekend. This is 3 Gig Sports.
We out. He got it, dude. You see that? Fuck yes.